Welcome to the video series on the Vermont Green Streets Guide, a resource for planning and building green infrastructure within our communities. My name is Beth Banner, and in this video I will first lead you through Section 1 of the guide, Introduction. So first, what is the Vermont Green Streets Guide? This was created by the Vermont Urban and Community Forestry Program as a step-by-step document for communities to identify the what, why, where, how, and who of the implementation of green streets in Vermont. It is a resource for community leaders, community planners, and policymakers. It is also a resource to advocate for green streets throughout Vermont. It highlights the maintenance needs of green streets unique to Vermont, and provides a framework for intentional design that incorporates natural systems into our urbanized streets and parking lots. There are many people who can benefit from using this guide. Those include community leaders who are unfamiliar with green streets, community planners who want direction on where to start implementing green streets, policymakers who want support in precedent implementation throughout Vermont, and advocates of green streets to use the guide as a point of departure for discussion. This guide was created to help community leaders evaluate the role of their streets and parking lots against the three pillars of a green street: sustainability, complete streets principles, which lead to a more inclusive environment, and social connections created through placemaking. Specifically, green streets were developed to enhance our streetscapes for the physical and mental comfort of people and other living beings, impact stormwater quantity and quality, connect people to places and each other through multimodality and accessibility, and invest in quality of life by investing in economic stimulation in our communities. Green streets can be implemented anywhere opportunities exist within and adjacent to the public right-of-way, including new developments, redevelopments, and retrofits. One place they can be implemented is a deserted parking lot. As you can see in this image, this parking lot is very large and underutilized, so maybe some of that space of pavement could be ripped up and replaced with trees and shrubbery to collect stormwater. Another place they can be implemented are in no parking zones that could be transformed into landscape space to capture stormwater. As you can see in this image, next to this white truck, there is a bit of grass, but there's also a lot of brick. So maybe that brick could be taken out and replaced with more grass or shrubs. Another place that has a lot of opportunity for green streets projects are roads with excessive pavement widths in need of a quote-unquote road diet. So as you can see here around this little circle, there's a lot of extra pavement where the cars actually aren't going to drive through. So maybe that circle could be widened and include some shrubs or other trees. Finally, our last example are large parking widths or underutilized parking along roads. So as you can see in this picture, there's this long strip of shoulder next to this road that's used for parking, but not many people need to use it. So maybe that could be turned into a green strip with trees and maybe some shrubs. So now that you know a little bit about what green streets are, and maybe you think this guide will be useful to you, you can keep watching and I will explain how this guide is laid out. So the organization of this guide includes 10 sections, and then at the end, one section with case studies. So if you get the print copy of this guide, that's how it will be organized. But for the video series, we have 10 sections with the case studies incorporated into each video. Each of these sections elaborate on the different steps or phases in a green street development project. The first section of this guide is the introduction, which we just went through. It was led by me, and in that you learned why green streets are important in Vermont. The next is the benefits of green streets. That is also led by me, and in that you will understand the three pillars of green streets in Vermont. The third section is planning. In that you will learn how to see opportunities for green streets in your community, and that section will be led by Richard Amore. The fourth section outlines design principles. In that you will determine how to maximize streets for more than just vehicles. That section is led by Sophie Sauve. She actually leads the next section as well, section 5, which is all about design. In that, you will build awareness about challenges to implementing green streets in Vermont. The sixth section is all about tools. In that section, you will delve into multiple options that exist and their benefits to the 3 pillars of green streets. That section is led by Becky Tharp. Becky also leads Section 7, which is about examples. In that section, you will examine which implementation tool can be used in different street settings. Section 8 is about plant selection considerations. In that, you will identify variables that influence plant selection, and that is led by Sophie Suave. Section 9 is all about implementing green streets. In that, you will see how a green street gets done, and that section is led by me, Beth Banner. The final video in the video series is for Section 10, which is about maintenance of green streets. In that, you will hold maintenance as the key determining factor to the success of a green street, and that section is led by Jim Pease. And like I said, in the print version, there would be a section at the end with all of the case studies, but that will not be included in this video series. Thank you for listening. Next up, you will hear me, Beth Banner, lead you through Section 2, the benefits of green streets.